celebrated in the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C., where they have one of the Wright brothers' first airplanes. It's celebrated in places like Lincoln, Nebraska, where at our 2018 meeting, the Midwest Japan Association had the opportunity to see firsthand modern aerospace manufacturing, and we toured an impressive Kawasaki facility with Chairman Yoshinori Kanehana, where they're working on today's Boeing 777 Superjet. The Wright brothers had an idea, they collaborated, they made friends with people from across the United States and the world before they became a success. Over the course of this conference, you're going to see today's innovations. You'll hear from and have the opportunity to speak with great companies from the state of Ohio and learn about their partnerships with Japanese companies. It's a chance for us all to be present and learn about the next great ideas for the future. I also want to report to the association the trade between our countries remains strong and that with each passing year, investment from Japan and the United States continues to grow. In 2023, Japanese foreign direct investment in the U.S. amounted to $688 billion, with over 535,000 Americans employed by Japanese investment in U.S. manufacturing. It's a lot. Absolutely. We all appreciate the input and hard work of everyone to be present at the conference, but most of all, we want to thank and say how grateful we are to Governor DeWine and his dedicated team for the many hours over the past year to prepare for our 54th joint meeting of our two associations. Thank you, Governor DeWine. I also want to thank Chairman Inakuchi for his strong leadership from Japan on the Japan Midwest Association. It's evident in the impressive growth of the membership and the many members and impressive delegates that are in attendance today. It is greatly appreciated by everyone in the association. Thank you, Chairman Inakuchi. We are extremely pleased to have our U.S. governors and lieutenant governors from the Midwest region join for our 54th annual joint meeting from the great states of Ohio, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Kansas. We also welcome the participation of our Japanese governors and distinguished ambassador and other governmental leaders. We look forward to the remarks and the participation of the regional government leaders involved here, captains of the industry, and many, many more. The willingness of our delegates and government leaders to travel such great distances to be here is real proof of the importance of this meeting and the relationship. We're proud of the fact that the Midwest ranks as one of the leading centers in the United States for Japanese investment, and recognizing this over the last year, Ambassador Yamada has spent considerable time traveling around the Midwest, meeting local leaders of our Midwestern communities and visiting with the management of Japanese companies that have invested so much in the Midwest. In terms of the format for the meetings, we've revised our traditional session in response to some feedback. And so we're doing some things a little different. This afternoon, we're going to have 2 different breakout sessions, as well as 3 site visits. So after lunch, you'll have an opportunity to attend a breakout session on sustainability, mobility, hard to say, and life sciences. And then we also have 3 site visits, including to The Ohio State University, the new Intel site, and American Regent. And then there'll be a 4th option for those staying here at the hotel on construction and site selection. And then on Tuesday morning, we have obviously our closing ceremonies, but also another session on creating, attracting, and retaining the talent of tomorrow. We're excited about the new and innovative programming over the next 2 days. We look forward to the dynamic presentations, discussions. Thank you all, and let's have a wonderful joint meeting of our 2 associations.
井ノ口議長、よろしくお願いします。
おはようございます。チェアマン、ドビンさん、 オハイオガバナー、デワインさん、ウィスコンシンガバナー、エバーズさん、インディアナガバナー、ホルコムさん、山田駐米大使、三日月滋賀県知事、大野埼玉県知事、山本群馬県知事、新藤デトロイト総領事、柳シカゴ総領事、メンバーの皆様、ゲストの皆様、そしてご出席いただいているすべての皆様、第54回日本米国中西部会合同会議に参加いただきましてありがとうございます。私は三井住友保険の井ノ口でございます。まず、このように盛大な本会議の開催準備をしていただきましたミッドウェスト US ジャパンアソシエーションとオハイオ州の方々に対しまして心から感謝をいたしお礼を申し上げます。また日米ともに政治的に非常に慌ただしい時期を迎えております中、ご出席いただきましたすべてのご出席の皆様方にお礼を申し上げます。この会議は1967年シカゴで第1回目が開催されて以来、日本と米国中西部、そして世界の貿易投資を促進する役割を果たしてまいりました。現在の国際秩序の大きな揺らぎは、これまで人々が交流して築いてきましたグローバル化を反転させる動きにも見えます。世界が分断に傾くかもしれないこの中で、今だからこそ深い信頼と重層的な友好関係にある日米関係が非常に重要であると言えます。また、長年の関係に下支えされたグローバルパートナーとして、我々は双方向の投資促進、雇用創出、イノベーションの創出、経済のグローバル化などの効果を十分に発揮して、自由で開かれた国際関係秩序の重要性を世界に伝えていく立場にあります。さらに日米はその同盟関係に加えて、日米韓、日米豪等との枠組みを重層的に構築してきていることも忘れてはなりません。また、民間経済外交も重要であることは論を待ちません。足元を見ますと、気候変動に伴う自然災害の増大や生態系の崩壊、格差の拡大等、相互に関連する社会的課題が複雑化、顕在化しております。したがいまして、その解決に取り組み、持続可能な社会を形成していく必要があります。そして、人々が健康に暮らし、創造的に働けるよう、ウェルビーイングの実現向上にも注力して、経済成長につなげる責務があります。さらに、AI を中心とした最先端の科学技術が持つ負の側面の問題も顕在化してきました。人類の英知を結集して、イノベーションと倫理の適切なバランスをとっていく必要があります。私は揺るぎない日米関係の礎は人と人との絆であると信じております。本会議が1967年の発足以来、伝統としてきました官、民、アカデミア等の関係者が一堂に会し、フェイストゥフェイスで議論を行い、その成果を広く発信することで大きな役目を果たしてきたことに誇りを持ちたいと思います。ここ米国中西部は、米国そして世界経済の中で重要な役割を担い、そして多くのビジネスチャンスを生み出してきました。これからもそうであることに皆様ご異論はないと考えます。また、多くの日本企業が投資を行い、 地元に根ざしたビジネスを行っております。第54回である今回、イノベーション、成長、サステナビリティのためのエコシステムの構築をメインテーマとしまして、この素晴らしい伝統に新しい風を吹き込むような議論とネットワーキングができることを期待しております。オハイオ州は農業から工業まであらゆる産業で米国、そして世界を代表する州であると私は承知しております。このような素晴らしい地で合同会議を開催していただきますことに、ドビー会長、DeWine知事をはじめ、すべての関係者の皆様に重ねて心からお礼を申し上げて、私のご挨拶とさせていただきます。ありがとうございました。
続きまして、井ノ口議長、ご紹介の方をよろしくお願いいたします。
それでは新藤祐介在デトロイト日本国総領事をご紹介いたします。新藤総領事は1986年に外務省にご入省されました。外務省では経済開発関係援助、貿易交渉、気候変動、軍備管理等を担当されました。また、サウジアラビア、ドイツ、ロサンゼルス、インドネシア、ジュネーブ、パキスタン等の複数の海外赴任をご経験されました。2021年7月、パキスタンから在デトロイト日本国総領事として着任されておられます。遠藤総領事、よろしくお願いいたします。
Your Excellencies, distinguished governors, Chairman Dobi, Chairman Inokuchi, ladies and gentlemen, ohayou gozaimasu. Good morning, everyone. My name is Yusuke Shindo, Consul General of Japan in Detroit. Today, it is my distinct honor to share a few words of greeting as we commence our 54th annual joint meeting of the Midwest U.S.-Japan and Japan-Midwest-U.S. associations. While this is my third meeting in 3+ years of service in the Midwest, I'm delighted to finally have the chance to welcome everyone to one of my jurisdiction states, the great state of Ohio. Heartfelt thanks to the administrations of Ohio Governor Mike DeWine and Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther for the warm Buckeye welcome and hospitality they've shown us. I've had the pleasure of many visits here and can assure first-timers to Columbus, especially those who've made the long trip from Japan, that you'll soon learn why this place is among the fastest growing and most attractive U.S. cities to live, work, study, do business, and invest. I also wish to express gratitude to our esteemed chairs, Mr. Dobi and Mr. Inokuchi, and their teams for arranging another outstanding agenda. Now, in its 5th decade, this conference continues to attract the top business, economic development, and governmental leaders that Japan and Midwest have to offer. I am confident that the exchanges and connections made possible here will spark greater two-way investment and trade, strengthen our economic, governmental, academic, and cultural ties, and deepen our mutual understanding and friendship at all levels. To newcomers, please know that this is the most prestigious and consequential gathering of its kind, an ideal venue to advance our dynamic Midwest-Japan partnership. And I feel I can speak from personal experience. On the occasion of last September's conference in Tokyo, Governor Whitmer of Michigan kindly included me in her courtesy call visits to some key Japanese companies. Firsthand, I witnessed the kind of win-win results possible in the form of major investment plans when our leaders take time to sit down face-to-face, build up trust as joint stakeholders, and pursue mutually beneficial visions and goals for growth. It is in this same spirit we convene our annual meeting. The stage is once again set for robust exchange and networking under our theme, Building an Ecosystem for Innovation, Growth, and Sustainability, featuring plenary sessions, sustainable mobility, EV, hydrogen, and SAF, life science, global innovation for a healthier future, and creating, attracting, and retaining the talent of tomorrow. Over 320 participants are in attendance, and we are also honored by the presence of 6 governors. To the Japanese prefectural governors and delegates, I encourage you to make the most of this great opportunity to power up economic and cultural ties with our heartland partners. As we know, Midwestern states continue to drive the U.S. economy, and I'm especially proud that Japanese companies play such a huge role. In Ohio and Michigan alone, there are now nearly 900 Japanese business facilities which provide over 108,000 direct jobs. And I know the impact of Japanese companies is similarly impressive in the jurisdiction states of my Chicago counterpart, Consul General Yanagi. The auto sector accounts for much of Japan's investment in the heartland, and we continue to see Japanese OEMs and suppliers commit huge resources to EV, hybrid, hydrogen, and ICE-related projects across our member states. There is no better example than our title sponsor, American Honda Motor Company. Honda has committed $50 million and will be lead partner for a battery cell R&D, production, and training lab at nearby Ohio State University. This great company has further committed $700 million for its EV hub in Ohio with a goal of North American-based EV production by 2025. Of course, many non-auto spaces also hold much promise for Midwest Japan collaborations. AI, robotics, defense, aeronautics, and semiconductors, chief among them. In fact, as Intel continues construction of its massive Ohio fabricator plant, potential abounds for deeper ties with suppliers. According to One Columbus, 60% of Intel's machinery and tool suppliers are now Japanese-owned. I'm delighted they'll contribute to Ohio's reputation as a new global semiconductor hub. Ladies and gentlemen, in closing, I wish to thank each of you for your unique contributions to the dynamic Japan-Midwest partnership. To the Japanese companies who've created such a positive presence in the heartland, your excellence, commitment, and corporate citizenship is exemplary. To the state and local officials who helped create such a welcoming business environment, your support is indispensable and appreciated. And to all conferees, I wish you a most enjoyable and productive conference. Thank you very much.
There we go. I now have the privilege of introducing our host governor, Mike DeWine. Governor DeWine loves Ohio, cares passionately about the state's future. He fights for an Ohio that works for everyone, every person, every family in the corner of the state. From world-class cities to some of the best towns in America, Mike DeWine knows how to build the state into an economic powerhouse and has done so. Ohio must have strong schools, a great quality of life, and a compassion for those in need. Let's talk about some of his values. Mike DeWine's family started a seed company in Yellow Springs, Ohio. Working alongside his parents and grandparents, he learned the early value of hard work, strong leadership, and fiscal responsibility. He's got a lifetime of service. On November 6, 2018, Governor DeWine was elected to serve as the 70th governor of the state of Ohio. Previously served as Attorney General of Ohio, served as Greene County prosecutor, Ohio State Senator, a U.S. Congressman, Ohio Lieutenant Governor, and a Senator. His story is a true Ohio story. Raised in Yellow Springs, Ohio, Mike DeWine and his wife Fran met in first grade, married while students at Miami University. They've been blessed with 8 children, 28 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandchild. We look forward to learning more about the great state of Ohio. Governor DeWine, if you please.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Ohayou gozaimasu. Good morning. Ohayou gozaimasu.
Good morning.
Ohayou gozaimasu. Ohayou gozaimasu. Ohayou gozaimasu. Ohayou gozaimasu. Ohayou gozaimasu.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Good morning, everyone. It's an honor for me to kick off what we know is going to be a very exciting day today at this year's U.S.-Japan Association Conference. Right after I was elected governor in 2018, we took our first overseas mission to Japan. My wife and I, and it was a wonderful, wonderful trip. And since that visit, we've looked forward to welcoming our fellow governors from the Midwest and our fellow governors from Japan here in Ohio. And so this is a day that we've really been looking forward to. Today, we will work together to establish and strengthen ties leading to ongoing prosperity between the Midwest and Japan. That prosperity is something that we realize every day here in Ohio. But before I talk a little bit about Ohio, let me just say that today, with this meeting, we celebrate something that goes much beyond Ohio, goes much beyond the Midwest. And that is the United States people's relationship with the people of Japan. We are friends, we are allies, we work together. It is something that transcends politics, and it's something that continues no matter who is in office. And so I think we should remind ourselves of that. It is a very good thing to think about, a very happy thing to think about as we really get into this conference and as we celebrate this. Now let me talk a little bit about Ohio. Hundreds of Japanese companies have chosen to call Ohio home. Japanese-owned companies employ more than 68,000 Ohioans, and that represents 17% of all employment by foreign companies in the state of Ohio. Those companies and their employees, they continue to grow and thrive here in the heart of the Midwest. We believe that truly Ohio is the heart of it all. Companies choose Ohio because of our best-in-class infrastructure that moves products through the state to markets, construction-ready sites, talented workforce, and perhaps most importantly, a feeling that business leaders around the globe have experienced and they've expressed to us, and that is, when we're in Ohio, we're home. You know, a lot has changed in Ohio since our overseas mission to Japan in 2019, and we're seeing great growth. We've dramatically risen in the ranks of CNBC's top states for business, moving up 27 spots since 2010. And as of 2023, Ohio is one of only 16 states with a AAA credit rating from Moody's, Fitch, and Standard & Poor's for fiscal health. Last week, for the second year in a row, Ohio was ranked #1 in Site Selection's Global Groundwork Index, an annual ranking that recognizes job creation, capital expenditures, and public and private infrastructure development over a 5-year period of time. And we're very, very proud of that. Let me personally thank the many Japanese companies that have remained steady partners with Ohio over the years. Japan remains a top international investor in Ohio, with more than 700 business sites throughout the state. These successful partnerships are forging the future of the state's very diverse industries. Intel recently chose Ohio as the location for its new state-of-the-art semiconductor facilities. And Japanese suppliers will be critical to producing the most advanced semiconductor chips on Earth. In the automotive industry, Ohio has become a leading manufacturer of EV batteries. If you travel south on State Route 71, you'll see a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility rising from what was cornfields. Just 42 miles from where we are right here will be the new home of the Honda LG Energy Solution battery factory that will power the electric cars of the future. Today, Honda manufactures some of the top passenger vehicles sold in the United States, and innovative advancements are in the pipeline. This summer, Honda announced its first Acura electric vehicle and began production of the all-new 2025 Honda CR-V fuel electric vehicle at the Performance Manufacturing Center in Marysville, Ohio, the only vehicle of its kind currently manufactured in the United States. You know, innovation is woven into the foundation of our state's economy. I like to say innovation is really part of Ohio's DNA. One of my key priorities is investments in what we call innovation hubs. Innovation hubs. These are in our small to mid-sized cities, and the goal is to expand our state's innovation strategy. And we do this along with what we call innovation districts in our larger cities of Cleveland and Cincinnati and Columbus. These hubs, these districts, are all designed to build upon our industry strength as a state. These hubs, driven by their anchor institutions and by neighboring establishments, are driving research and development and creating a talent pipeline for the future of our state's economy. Each one of these is working with our major colleges and universities. As I said last night, one of the things that makes Ohio unique is not only do we have The Ohio State University with 65,000 students here, but we also have 13 other state universities and over 50 private institutions, over 65 four-year colleges and universities. Talking about these innovation hubs, these are places such as the Cleveland Clinic, Cincinnati Children's Hospital, Ohio State University, NASA Glenn Research Center, the Air Force Research Lab at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, all of them contributing the brain power to these hubs. Honda and the Ohio State University are partnering to build a state-of-the-art battery cell research and development center at the Columbus Innovation District. As part of the Cleveland Innovation District, Canon Healthcare is advancing the future of medical imaging. This is so very, very important. We're doing this with the support of Dr. Fujita, a longtime friend and advocate of innovation in Ohio, and also a former chair of the board at The Ohio State University. Last month, we announced a $35 million investment from the Ohio Innovation Hubs program to build the On-Main Innovation Hub in the Dayton region, focused on digital transformation to drive advancements in aviation and in national defense. Ohio is the epicenter of advanced mobility and the first state with a statewide strategy. And so we're very, very proud of that fact. The National Advanced Air Mobility Center of Excellence in Springfield, Ohio, supports the development of advanced air mobility technology and provides a collaborative space for companies to work on aerospace research, design, testing, and training. And in Northeast Ohio, Bridgestone America's Technology Center is where breakthroughs are being made in smart tires, connected mobility, and alternative materials. And last week, we announced over $31 million for the Greater Akron Polymer Innovation Hub, where the Bridgestone and 70 other partners are driving the future forward. In the coming years, Joby Aviation will make the air taxis of the future right here in Ohio, in Dayton, Ohio. And GE Aerospace is mobilizing a new era of growth in aerospace, aviation, and defense engineering with its new headquarters in Cincinnati. First Solar, Northwest Ohio, is the largest manufacturer of solar panels in the Western Hemisphere. And Japan's Pilkington North America, Inc., in nearby Rossford, is a key glass supplier. You know, Toledo has a legacy as the glass capital of the world. And that's the reason why we announced over $31 million for the Northwest Ohio Glass Innovation Hub to accelerate innovation and job growth in both the glass sector and in the solar industry. As we look to the future of Ohio, one thing I think is very clear. Japanese companies are a critical part of Ohio's future. Here in the heart of the Midwest, global companies continue to gain a competitive advantage. Business leaders across diverse industries have been a trusted partner with our administration. Now let me close with this. I think one thing that makes Ohio unique is that we have the first of its kind private economic development corporation in what we call Jobs Ohio. You had the opportunity yesterday to meet J.P. Nassif, who heads it up. And as you move around today, you'll see the signs, Jobs Ohio, that helped us put this conference on. Jobs Ohio gives us, we believe, a real competitive advantage. It is unique to Ohio. It is part of Ohio's competitive advantage. And we believe that this is so important. But we also want Ohio and Jobs Ohio to be your competitive advantage. Jobs Ohio is private, which means less red tape, being able to pivot and move faster. It's not for profit, which means you and your people as companies come first. Jobs Ohio's mission is to help companies and their people succeed and thrive in Ohio. We aren't just with you for the groundbreaking. We work alongside you while you get permits, road work is done, and move your supply network. Jobs Ohio and our administration work hand in hand. We work together. Jobs Ohio and our administration will be with you every step of the way until you're ribbon cutting and beyond as you change and grow. We truly believe when we welcome a company into Ohio, when we welcome a Japanese company into Ohio, that relationship will continue for decades. It is not a case where we say, yes, you say you're coming in, we have the groundbreaking, and everything stops. We think where we have the real competitive advantage, and we do this through Jobs Ohio and through our administration, working hand in hand, is continuing that close relationship through the construction and then when the manufacturing or the work starts. We think it is the follow-through that is the most important thing. So if you're ready to grow or expand your business, Ohio is the place. Let's grow together here in the heart of it all in this great state of Ohio. Please enjoy the conference. Thank you all very much.